Okay, hello friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. First of all, heartfelt pranamams to our Grandmaster Brahmashri Pitama Patriji, without whom we are all not here, my dear friends. Well, I'm Srikant Garla from Atlanta, Georgia. First of all, PMCUSA welcomes you all for yet another session with open discussions with Pyramid Masters. After a grand opening, my dear friends, by Srinivas Reddy sir, and then we followed with Girija Madam and Rajan sir. Now we are here again with another great masters from QLU, which is Quantum Life University, Harika Garu and Pavan Garu. Welcome masters to this platform. Yeah, before handing it over, I'll give a brief introduction about these masters. There's vast, but I briefed it. So friends, I would like to give a brief introduction about our great masters today. Harika Garu and Pavan Garu are serving at Quantum Life University as Acharyas and Sangamaitriyas, residing at QLU campus, Vikarabad, my dear friends. So both of them have been on this spiritual path for past 20 years. They had a sacred wedding at QLU campus in the presence of Brahmashri Pitama Patriji and under the guidance of Dr. Newton Kondaveti and Dr. Lakshmi Newton Garu. So they play many important roles in QLU, my dear friends. They act like counselors, teachers, soul coach, trainers, and facilitators of alternative healing modalities, to name a few. So there are individual introductions with each one, but I would post that in our regular channels, my dear friends, because it is huge. Because the activities what they have done are huge. So we are very grateful to have you on this platform. We have heard lot of services what you have done. We have heard, but this is the first time we are interacting, and you being on this platform. So heartily welcome from all of us here. And the first time I'm seeing you look like Pavangar, you look like junior Dr. Newton. So hearty welcome. A brief talk about you, and then I'll tell you about how this format of the program would be like. Please.
So we are happy to be here. Thank you for inviting us. And I will try to convey my feelings through English. I am not that much good enough. I'm just conveying. I'll try to convey as much as possible.
Namaste, nice. Friends. So much, Srikant Garu. It's very nice to be here on this platform, and thank you for having us here. Though there are so many things that you have shared about us, it's very sweet of you. But we consider ourselves as volunteers at QLU, and that is who we are. And we are very happy to have this opportunity to be here, to be able to serve at QLU. I feel that it is not a normal thing to be able to be in the presence of masters, to be having their blessing, have the opportunity to serve. Thank you so much again for calling.
Yeah, welcome you all again. So I'd like to talk about this program a little bit, and then we'll go into the actual program. So this program, Open Discussions with Pyramid Masters, what our main intention of doing this program is, we have been hearing about a lot of spiritual genre, like spiritual words and technologies, terminologies, a lot of things we learn, we read, but what we wanted to bring into this platform is some of the spiritual concepts, what we have implemented in our life, right? So that is where we are trying to reach out to masters who have implemented them in their life, and we wanted to bring them onto this platform so that they can share the spiritual concept, what they have learned, and how it is useful into their daily life, right? Spirituality and reality are not two different things. So we wanted to bring those two combinations into this platform, and that is our main motive of bringing you here. And the topic we have selected today is about inner work, right? So that's a great topic, great topic. First, when we posted this, a lot of questions they came up with saying it is coming from QLU and whether inner work, is it inner child? So then I had to explain to them, I say, your inner child is a different concept. Inner work, please join this this particular session and you'll get to know more about it, right? So that is where we are. And I would like to give it to you to explain what this inner work is about and what is the importance of it.
Yeah, first I would convey my deep gratitude and appreciation to entire PSSM USA team, because doing meditation and doing spreading in this India or this known areas is something different, and you are there, which is fully, what is the
No, unknown.
yeah, unknown and unknown rules and regulations.
Yeah.
So differentiations are there. So much versatility is there. In that place, you are doing this much work is hats up to each and everybody. Thus, I want to convey my deep respects to each and everybody. So, from our perspective, inner work is, like you said, inner child. That is one of the parts for this inner work. Inner work means, recently I heard a name, Antahkarana Shuddhi. Antahkarana means 4 aspects: Manasu, Buddhi, Chittam, and Ahankaram. Means mind, which is conscious mind, subconscious mind, and deeper layers of unconscious mind also. And Buddhi, our intellect. Intellect is not an apt word, but it is, we can consider that. So from where we are operating, Durbuddhi or Sadbuddhi, and Chitta, memories. Patanjali used to, there is a quote, Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Yoga means Chitta Vritti Nirodha. We need to remove all our memories. Through memories, we are getting beliefs. Through beliefs, we are getting thoughts. Through thoughts, we are acting, we are using our words, and we are doing our actions. So the root cause of all our actions, this present life, when one person is angry, he is not angry with his own things. He has some belief which is not liking from outside. So it is triggered in that memory, and that belief became emotion, emotion became words and actions. So there is a science behind for every action and reaction. So first we need to look into those things. We should not focus on fruits. We need to focus on roots and seed, from which emotion it is coming out, from where it is coming out. So finding those roots and removing those unwanted weeds, that is called inner work. Or else we do meditation. Even Ravana did wonderful meditation. He became Ravana Brahma. But what happened in the end? After getting powers, he misused those powers. So it's not about only doing meditation, how we are applying it. That's why Patrici always emphasis on meditation spreading. Meditation is one aspect, book reading is another aspect, Sajjana Sangatya, being with truthful people who are following and who are implementing those truths. That is one of the major important points. These 3 aspects need to be there for every spiritual seeker's life, or else only meditation will become a little more arrogant actually. I am doing practicing from past 20 years. It will give some added ego for me. If it is added ego, there is no point. It is like spoiling our own inner journey. Instead of adding our divinity, instead of awakening our divinity, we are going little forward in another way. So I believe in that. Inner work is most important. Self check is always need to be there. From where we are operating. Are we operating from negative emotions or positive emotions? Or are we operating from which intention? For any work, like you said, you have wonderful intention for this program. That intention behind everything is matters. For Ravana's meditation are all Asuras meditation, there is a bad intention in that. They want to get power and they want to harm others. That's why it didn't manifested in any way. Even after getting so many powers from Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, anywhere they will get powers, but end of the day, they end up with pain only because they need to. It's not a healthy thing without healing inside, without Shuddhi, Antakarana Shuddhi. We need to do that 4 points: mind, intellect, and memories. And what is the one? 4 points. Ahankara. So positive ahankara is there, negative ahankara is there. So what kind of ego we are accumulating that wisdom for which purpose? So everything matters. Or else even Patricia emphasis on meditation spreading for going little more deeper actually. While doing spreading, we'll meet so many people, we will listen so many experiences. Through those experiences, we need to estimate our journey, how much, how far we did our journey. Are we, if we go and see a villager who is not even earning much, but he is coming forward to give donations for DMC, like Asian rallies, all things, then we need to check in that time, in that moment, am I doing that much Nishkama Seva? Or am I doing to satisfy my egos? Whenever you go, wherever you go, while teaching, everybody will clap. With those claps, are we becoming more egoistic or are we becoming more humble? That is matters. I think. Are we audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. I think Srikan.
Yeah, got.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In between it was frozen. Yeah.
So while doing meditation, we need to be aware where we are investing that energy. While spreading meditation, we need to be more aware. Are we learning lessons? Are we learning our lessons through others' wonderful experiences? If we are not learning anything, we are just adding our egos, becoming more egoistic, then there is no use for our meditation, our spreading, for anything. It's just, it is like adding more negativity to our journey, our inner journey. For doing all these things, we need to be more aware about our own emotions, our own memories, our own every word and every action need to cross-check, if possible, every day, or else at least once in a while, we need to cross-check where we are going, our direction. Is it towards our divinity, to find our divinity, or to awaken our own wisdom, or we are awakening our egos? So the inner work, the word is different, but we need to understand on aspects in like that. Whatever we do, either any action, any seva, any meditation, what kind of practices you do, it's okay. Mindfulness, meditation, this meditation, that meditation, so many meditations. Ours is like a buffet. Entire world tools and technologies are there in PSSM.
Right.
That's what Babaji wants actually. He wants to give, he wants to offer wonderful tools. It's like a library. In library, every book is there. Frictions will be there, and stories will be there. Ancient Sanatana Dharmas will be there. Everything will be there. We need to choose which one will help our journey. So overall, it is like need to cross-check our own journey, our own mind, intellect, our own actions, everything, just like them.
Beautiful. Yeah. Well explained, sir. Yeah, Harika garu.
Yeah, so Pavan has explained it all as, so I've got nothing much to share, but this is what it is mainly when we really refine our buddhi, intellect, and our mind, and we become aware of our ego, We become aware of our thoughts. We become aware of what's happening within us while we are in the outside world. Then that is true meditation. That's what I've learned after coming here to Quantum Life University and attending all the programs with Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi, and actually applying it here while serving, while teaching. It's always been like this. When we are teaching, we are always given the topic that will help us the most. Of course, we will have to go deeper into it. We will have to apply it, and then we can only share that. So the best part of being here at QLU is that we are able to apply whatever we learn. So education is inner work. And over here, we emphasize a lot on inner work. Only when we really refine that, when we refine our thoughts, when we refine our behaviors, actions, our words, everything from within, then we are truly applying meditation. So meditation is a combination of meditation and dhyanam, swadhyayam, sajjan sangatam, right? So meditation and swadhyayam is basically knowing ourselves, studying about ourselves. It's not about reading some other book. The book is actually reflecting to you about yourself. The books that we read, all of us in this path, then we are all read the books that tell us about ourselves, our true nature. Where did we come from? What are we truly? What is there within us? Everything is about us. So it's Swadhyayam, knowing about ourselves, studying about ourselves, and then Satjana Sangatyam, right? So the three ratnas that were given by Brahmarshi Patriji are like every day we have to carry them, we have to hold them and walk with them. So that is what we do here at QLU, and I really love this inner work. I keep reading books that keep telling me about my ego or my inner patterns and everything. After doing the inner child work, past life regression, family constellation, all of that. This is what we have learned. So I think everyone's got a clear picture about what the inner work is.
Yeah. Very beautiful and very beautiful. So with continuation to that, right? Are there? Do you think are there any tools in specific to become into transformation phase? Are there? Yeah. So these three things we talked about, right? The Swadhyaya, meditation, and Satchidan Sangatyam. Are there any other tools we could apply to get the transformation from your experience?
Yes. So there are many tools, wonderful tools that have been actually given to us by ancient rishis themselves. So some of them are very well known to everybody in the name of yoga, pranayama, and all of that. That is definitely very helpful. So we can all learn, and it is available everywhere these days. People are like very much understanding the importance of it. Apart from that, a very important part of our inner work tools are mindfulness. Mindfulness is nothing but meditation in action. So some people think that meditation in action is more important and not the actual sitting meditation. Some people think that no, I have meditated for a few hours a day, so that is enough for me. But both have to go hand in hand. It's like people, like many books, many authors, many teachers also say that your meditation should not end on your meditation chair or meditation mat. It has to carry after you open your eyes also. It has to carry with you. In fact, meditation, I feel, and what I have understood, is not a thing to do. It is not an action. Meditation is more of being. It is actually a state of being. You've got to be in a meditative state throughout the day. That is when we have actually truly learned meditation. And during meditation, naturally this antakarana shuddhi happens. So it is a great powerful tool which we have to carry. Meditation and then mindfulness. Mindfulness is meditation in action, right? So every action that we do, we've got to be aware of what we are doing, not mind somewhere else and body somewhere else. We are taking something, we've got to be aware of how our hand movement is, and we've got to be fully present. So some wonderful authors would be Thich Nhat Hanh from Vietnam and Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Presence and Stillness Speaks. These books are so amazing. If one hears his talks or lectures or watches a video, you will be in that meditative state. How to apply meditation in action, it can be observed in these two masters, at least the ones that I know, where I have been studying are these two. There would be many more, I'm sure. And these are some tools. And also coming to the deeper tools for those who are really willing to dive deeper within themselves and really do the cleaning from within. There are inner child work, family constellation, past life regression, and rebirthing breath work. All these tools that are there. So inner child work, why we mention a lot and why it is so important is because most of our behaviors of this life are coming from our childhood. And in our childhood, what have we experienced and what has happened, all of that is still influencing us. If someone has missed the mother's love, warmth, touch because of some reason, maybe mother was not well, or mother was busy, or father was busy, he did not give attention, then entire life we feel that void within us and we carry that everywhere. When we are feeling that void, that lack feeling, how can we even think of growing? How can we think of others? See, the one who is very hungry cannot think of sharing food. First, they have to satisfy their hunger. That is like basic. The one who is unable to breathe cannot save another person. That's the reason everyone says first you wear your mask, right? Then you help others. So we don't clear our inner stuff, when we don't look within our own darker sides, darker shadows and everything, we are not truly able to help the other. Whenever we are serving also, it comes out, it shows up, it will come at least 1%, it will say, oh, how come they didn't appreciate me? How come they did not give me a smile? How come they did not value me, respect me? But respect and value are within us. Who can ever give you, right? Nobody can give us what is not within us. So all these things we understand when we look at our past and say goodbye to the past in a healthy way. When people ask, we have to go to the past, we have to live in the present moment. But are we able to live in the present moment? Not. Why are we not able to? What is stopping us from living in the present moment? What is coming up in our heads all the time? Those past memories, those past words that we've heard from childhood about ourselves, about the society, that viewpoint, that rigidity, that belief system, that narrow perspective, all this can limit our growth. This can really limit us in many ways. In fact, some people are even unconsciously afraid of their own growth, their own divinity they are afraid of. They are scared of it. Even I have realized it recently in my meditation. And I was surprised, how come I thought I don't have this? How come I don't have this pattern? How come I don't have that pattern? But when we realize it, the best part, once we start on this inner journey, is we are ready to face anything. We are ready to face challenges, not just from the outside, but from within. Whenever I find a pattern within myself, first, of course, I'm surprised and shocked. Then I'm like, okay, another task. I will overcome this hurdle that I am stopping myself to grow. So I will overcome this also. I will now look into this. You've got to open up your heart and soul, and you've got to be vulnerable to do this inner work. And it is some adventure, but it is going to help us grow rapidly. Why we need all these tools is also so that we can grow rapidly. We can grow in a much faster pace. It's not a shortcut or anything. There are no shortcuts. However, we don't have to really take years and years and tens and hundreds of years. Instead, by looking at our past, either it be childhood or past lives also for that matter, from where we have some stuck energy, we call it as blocks, right? We all talk about, oh, I have a block here. There's a block here. So what is that block? Is the energy block basically. When we have not let go of something from our past, our part of our energy is blocked over there. So how much do we carry literally over here? Even Dr. Newton says, and even Don Juan says in his book Journey to Its Land, that you are using most of your energy, all of us, we are using most of our energy in carrying our past, carrying our, if we simply let go, imagine how much of energy you will be able to retrieve. He mentions like 80%, 80% going away in carrying unnecessary stuff. If we just let go, if we just let it, we know the tools to let go. It will be very helpful for to retrieve that energy back into the present and bring it over here and use it for our growth.
Right.
Yeah, for example, Dr. Jodi Spanja always quote this word: "Your body is your subconscious mind." So wherever we have any health issue or any uneasiness, anything, any pattern carrying in our body is nothing but we are carrying cellular memory in that part. For example, Louise Hay, she used to teach how our thought affects our life. How can we live our life without affecting from those patterns, those beliefs, and those memories? But after teaching so many people, after publishing so much uh, wonderful books, she got to she identified with cancer. So after knowing that, she did some inner work for 6 months. She requested doctors for give us 6 months. In that 6 months, she did first thing she looking look into it. Is there anybody I need to forgive? Is there anybody left without forgiving? So she figured it out and she did that forgiveness practice. All these tools, gratitude, forgiveness, everything matters. Through gratitude, we increase our vibration levels. We increase our cellular vibrations also. Through meditation, we do. Even Buddha did in his meditation. He need to face all his fears, all his darker sides. Arshad Vargas are there in his meditation, and through meditation, through awareness, he overcome that. Or else, like Vishwamitra, he need to mastery for anger. So many years of meditation, he just expressed his anger in a violent way. He loses his entire thing. Again, he need to start from the beginning.
Right.
Instead of that, if we can go a little more deeper and practice this awareness in meditation, we can manifest that. Or else we need to practice all these things like meditation by Patriji, mindfulness by Nathan and Eckhart Tolle, and mindful words. I believe in it actually, non-violent communication, because through communication, all problems, all so many things are related with this communication thing only. If we know from where the other person is communicating, what need is not fulfilled in those words, if we know that, we can understand his current state. We can understand from where we need to operate. The other person's state we can understand through his words and these things. So while communicating our words, we can check our words from where I am operating. So nonviolent communication by Marshall Rosenberg, that is very important to very wonderful book, and so many videos are available in YouTube also. And Dr. Jody Spanja. I feel that you are all blessed in US staying because our rishis and masters shifted to US, it seems now. Louis L.A., Dr. Jody Spanja, Carter, Seth, Ramta, so many.
It is mix of both, right? The New Age masters with our Vedic knowledge. That is what, it's a very good combination.
They are teaching our Sanatana Dharma in New Age model.
Exactly.
Truth is same.
Right.
Everybody is God. That is fundamental truth.
Right.
But there practical way.
Right.
Like Jody Spanja, he is teaching very wonderful tools through reprogramming our subconscious minds. So how to transform our memories and habits and beliefs, how it will help, all these things. And Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi Garu, they are teaching all this Antahkarana Shuddhi through different modalities. We are carrying from so many past lives. Storybook without knowing entire book, without reading entire book, we are not able to understand. We are at 1000th page. There is a chapter. Is it possible to understand only that chapter through? We need to read entire book. We need to see our entire life's journey, our soul's journey. Then we can able to understand. Okay, from where we are getting these perpetrators of our lives. So that victim perpetrator pattern and all these patterns need to address and need to heal.
Nice. Very nicely explained. So I just wanted to share that I met Dr. Newton sir and Lakshmi Madam a couple of times, at least I think 3 times with Patri sir in Pyramid Valley. I mean, every time I meet them, it's always so much of joy, so much of that positive vibe they bring by just seeing them. Nothing, no talking, nothing, but just seeing them, there's so much of inner joy they spread. So I've always had a great interactions with Dr. Newton Garu and Lakshmi Garu, and you're blessed to be with them in the campus. I visited the campus also, I think 3 years back. Beautiful campus. So thank you, Andy. Thank you once again for being here. I have a couple of questions, but I just wanted to see if we have any questions from the audience before we continue. Right? Just give me a second.
It seems like voice is stuck.
Please raise. It's more kind of an, my dear friends. It's not one. So if you have any questions, please raise. Yes, Sirisha, anybody?
Yeah, no one, I think.
Do we have Sunita Madam online?
Yeah, we have Sunita Madam. I asked her unmute.
Hi. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am out. I'll just off my video. Hi. It was really very wonderful. So many inputs by Pavan and Harika. I enjoyed hearing that. Everyone who does meditation has to check themselves, and every time we should check ourselves and be mindful. All the tools what they have said, Harika has said, are really wonderful, which we need to put in practice. So thank you for both of you for sharing all the wisdom, and congratulations Shrikant and Sirisha for organizing such a wonderful session. It was really pleasure hearing. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Sunita Garu is my sister, lovely sister. Yeah, she was the one who referred you both, and always thankful to my sister for every bit of my knowledge, wisdom, whatever I get from her. So thank you, Sunita, for all your help.
Yeah, entire PS is from all our bottom of hearts, because they are doing so much for entire family.
Yeah.
And I
Thank
still
you.
remember Janamayagam.
Yeah.
One
Tiruvannamalai.
hour. Yeah. It was awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else, friends?
So no one is there. I'll only ask. I'm very happy to see you both, Harika and Pavan. Really, such a smiley face. You beautiful smile. Really, I liked your smile. And just I wanted to ask about your so Antakarana Shuddhi, you said, right? So intellect, and it's we have to check ourselves. That is the you are saying refinement of our mind and intellect. It's so that is called, it's Antakarana Shuddhi, you are saying. So that is required. It's actually, I don't know, for after seeing you both, I wanted to ask you a question about a woman. A woman goes through many changes in her body, mind, and emotionally during puberty, menstrual cycle, pregnancy, and postpartum, right? So how does inner work helps them, or any other techniques helps in these times to get their inner strength, actually? Sorry.
So during these times, actually, there is a lot of there are a lot of changes happening in the body and within also, in the mind and intellect, in all ways actually. So at that time, if we are really aware of what is happening within us, it can really help us grow like a rocket. You can say. I have taken a long time to understand this, even though Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi have been telling that everything has a deeper meaning, and especially during the menstrual cycles. Okay, so entire life after puberty and till menopause, we all go through, all women go through this menstrual cycle every month. And that is a beautiful opportunity to utilize. Uh, just like Paurnami and Amavasya, full moon and new moon are so powerful. For women, the menstrual cycle period, that period is very, very important. And at that time, we should do minimal activities, unlike any other day, and focus more inward, because there's a lot of unnecessary stuff going on, and it is not just from the body, it is from within also. At that time, if we are aware, we will not have those emotional fluctuations that we usually have in that time. In fact, we will be able to utilize that emotional fluctuation or the cramps, all of this happen because we are not aligned with our selves, our true self. You can call it soul or higher self, whatever you name it. We're not aligned. When we are not aligned, then all this unconscious emotional fluctuation happens. Even during full moon and new moon, if we are really going inward, then this fluctuation, this ups and downs will not happen like that, like tides or waves. Pavan always tells me whenever we are at a beach, at the ocean, that, I've read in Osho's book that the waves are always on the external, at the shore only, not at the center. We should go there. We should go deeper. So that is what Sir Ma'am always says. We should go deeper. These waves and these fluctuations are on the top. Even Thich Nhat Hanh gives an example of a tree. A tree, only when there's heavy wind, or when there's like a really huge wind and everything, only the leaves and the branches sway. Just like that, when there are turbulent times in our lives, our mind and our thoughts go here and there. Just the way the tree's trunk stays still, we've got to be still within ourselves. When we remind ourselves of our true nature and stay still with our soul, with our higher self, then these thoughts will not affect us. And that will help us a lot. And I used to have a lot of cramps and a lot of pain during my menstrual cycle every month. And being here, doing all the inner work, obviously, I was like, how come I'm able to heal anything and everything? I rarely get any fever, whereas before meditation, I used to be sick all the time. I used to fall sick every single month or every few weeks once. But after coming into meditation, it all reduced a lot. So then I was wondering how I could do this, I could do so much of healing for myself. How come this is not done? I realized through teachings of Sir and Ma'am, I realized they've always told that anything related to your femininity, either it be PCOD or either it be PCOS or irregular periods or menstrual cycle cramps or anything related to femininity, if you have any issues, that means we are not able to accept our feminine side. I was surprised. I was like, no, I do. But body never lies. Body is always truthful. So it took me quite some time to accept that I do have a block and then look into it and then experience it fully. The toughest part is we've got to be mindful. Mindful of the pain, mindful of this cramps while it is happening, and we've got to go through it. And it was really like a torture, like hell for me. But that is what helps. That is what makes the most impact. So I went through this process for every month for some time, maybe a year or 2 years, and then finally now I'm like 90% I don't have it 90% of the times. There is still that 10% which I am working on, and I'm very happy to share that. I feel that all the things that we go through, friends, if you just look within, it's not just, first thing is mindfully experiencing whatever is happening and looking within and finding out where this block has been formed of rejecting our femininity. Usually it is formed at the time of when we were in the mother's womb or at the time of birth. If at all the parents were expecting a boy child and you are a girl child. So what happens is a child that is in the womb starts to reject themselves, their own gender, their own femininity, unconsciously. We don't realize it for some time, but it's like holding a paper in the hand and lifting it up like this. You won't realize it for first 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Paper is not even having any much of a weight. It's like a feather. Even if you hold a feather and hold it up, after some time you will start getting the hand pain, right? Similarly, all our blocks are like that. Initially we will not realize it, but holding it and keeping it within for years and years and years, one day it will come out. So for all the women, I would suggest that easily we have this tool called female body and which is amazing. We can go through so many experiences. It's so easy for us to cry, to express our emotions and everything. We are blessed, basically. Otherwise, men can't cry, and they are told, programmed that way, that, oh, you shouldn't cry. You're not a baby. You are this, you are that. You've got to be strong. You've got to take responsibility of the family. So it takes a lot for them to come out and express what is within, even with words also. If there's a conflict, if we observe, generally women express, oh, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that, oh, I'm so tense. And men don't express, it will not even show on their face that they are so scared from within. and they can't share properly. But of course, through inner journey, again, from looking within and all, they can come out of it, and we can all really make a balance between yin and yang, that energy that is there within us, that Shiva and Shakti energies that are there. We can bring that balance. Balance is not equal again. For women, it will be more feminine, and somewhat masculinity will also be embraced. And for men, the opposite, of course. So for all the women, I would say, please be very aware during your cycles, and if you are going through any feminine issues, please just look within. I'm sure you will find a solution. That doesn't mean I'm asking you to stop taking all the medication or anything. Medication can help you through this journey, just like how Louis Hay is an inspiration, and many others, like Dr. Joe Dispenza, when he was on the bed, unable to move, he did take treatment. And even Louis Hay, she did take somewhat, whatever is necessary, that much treatment. And she focused on herself. So we can take inspiration from all of them, and look within and find the root cause. Root cause is very important. Where is this coming from? What is the actual reason behind it? Where did this block form? Okay, if I realize that I have gotten this block from my childhood, does that mean I start blaming my parents? Because of you, I got this block and now I'm not able to. No, that is not in a child work. That is not in our work. We don't do that. What we do is we understand where it is coming from, and then we tell ourselves that, okay, now that past is over. And you don't have to believe it, my dear inner child or my dear past self. There are so many selves within us. So many, it's not a split personality or multiple personality disorder. It becomes a disorder when we are unable to balance it. But we do have many personalities, each one of us. And one of those personalities is the inner child, the childhood self, which is predominantly acting, especially when we are in pain, especially during our mood swings. That part of us which is experiencing this lack will come out and say, give me this, give me that, why are you not taking care of me, why are you not being nice with me? All of this. So when we really look within, when we become aware, we can really heal ourselves, and we can truly be joyous. We can use that part of our lives, that beautiful period of our lives, of our every month, that time for our inner journey. It will be very helpful. That is what I have learned and I have experienced in myself.
Every woman need to love herself. All women ready to love others or ready to serve others. So even for a mother, her entire life, her entire thoughts, everything is related to either husband or children. Once they left from home, her mind is empty. So what's next? There are so many questions will be there after children growing and getting married, all those things. So first they need to be with their own self. They need to practice self-love. Then it will automatically spread. When the cup fills fully, it will flow naturally. Always, I believe in Osho's few quotations. He used to tell, when life squeezes you, the actualizations will come out. So if we can bring a bucket of water from well, if it is a water well, it will come water. If it is a petrol well, petrol will come. All our external triggers, even bodily triggers, emotional triggers, others' words, other actions, everything will trigger our darker side of within us, which is not addressed, which is not acknowledged. So if anybody making us angry, that means anger is there. If I am able to speak English, I know little bit English, then only I'm able to speak. Without knowing this much, I am not able to speak. If I am angry on anybody, that means I have anger inside, which I didn't address till now. So which is suppressed and buried in deeper layers of our subconscious mind or our unconscious mind, more deeper layers. So which we need to address. Those situations will give us those patterns, victim energy or these kind of bodily pains, any health issue, any relationship issue, any issue in anywhere. Issues are there in tissues. There is a word. Those tissues in our body, those cellular memories, what kind of memories are there, are stored in those areas. We need to address those memories, and we need to go more deeper. So through inner work, everything is possible. For women, I strongly suggest start self-love and practicing it fully. Yeah.
Great.
Thank you, Harika and Pavan, for our friends, for accepting femininity and being in awareness. It helps in those period time. And as a practitioner, I also got one experience during menstrual time. So I easily connect to my higher self. So easily connect to the inner self, right? So it's a great opportunity to us. Anyway, we are say when you are in that stillness state, so easily you can eliminate your unwanted emotions, unwanted thoughts, unwanted all impurities. It's a process. It's going through us. It's all the impurities. It's going away from us. So, and the same way, we are connecting to the higher world, higher self, inner self. It's easy to connect during those days, my dear friends. So when you accept as your femininity, it's awareness, it gives you more strength. And so that really the 3 days time, you have to take your time to yourself, to spend some time for yourself. Sit for in meditation. It gives you more inner strength to it gives you for month. And any intention also, it's really manifests. Like Harika said, right? It's during full moon days, how it happens, and like that only. It's for us, it's a great opportunity. So in periods time, puberty time, it's a great opportunity to connect to our inner self easily, my dear friends. Note that point. It's very easy to connect. So it's a great opportunity to evolve ourselves during this time. Thank you, Harika and Pavan. So anyone else, friends? Sheetal?
Yeah.
Can you unmute yourself and start video, if possible?
Hi, Harika, and hi, Pavan. It's so wonderful to see and listen to your wisdom is amazing. And the depth of knowledge you carry is really inspiring. I have a question. So I would like to know anything that you noticed being so cool these days and you wanted to put it into practice, are you already started practicing any cool stuff you started doing it? I decided to do it.
Any practice that is cool? Is that what you're asking?
I mean,
Nowadays.
like one, yeah. So sometimes, like, we get the inspiration from the book or from the author, from other person, like, oh, wow, this is so nice. So I have to practice this. Or like, maybe you already put into practice anything you noticed these days. Because you have the biggest crowd. So many people will come to you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for this question, Sheetal. It's very nice. So for me, I have been attending this program by Eckhart Tolle. And though I have read his books and I've heard his audiobooks, but being there and listening to him live and practicing presence is something that I've been doing consciously these days. I'm trying to practice these days, and it is really, as you said, it is so cool, and I really like that practice. So earlier, I really love learning new things. I keep exploring new books and courses, and I keep attending. I love being a student. So I was attending Thich Nhat Hanh's Deer Park Monastery course as well, and I've attended it 2 years back. And that was about mindfulness. This is about presence, which is like the same, of course. So that's one thing I've been doing, and I love that.
Yeah, Thich Nhat Hanh, those teachings are very simple, and it is easily applicable in day-to-day life. While walking, while cooking, while doing anything. So those things, especially for me, as a workaholic, to do so many works, so much mind activity, so much, so many thoughts, all these things. He gave me some hope. It is okay for an auto driver can be an enlightened while driving auto consciously, mindfully. Instead of sitting at one place for doing hours of meditation and whole nights or whole days meditation, you can do while driving. You can do, anyone can do while cooking. From walking from one room to another room, we can practice mindfulness and we can be an enlightened. So it is like awesome feeling. So whenever I feel little low, or whenever I feel any disturbances around me, I just be practicing awareness while watching a leaf or while watching a flower. Anything is okay in the nature. We can just be there and be present and just experience that moment. That will give us immediate shift and immediate transformation. It will give us so much centeredness. Through that centeredness, we can operate again. So for us, he is like a hope and so much wonderful wisdom, practical. Yeah,
Wow.
I can say that it is very helpful for everybody in day-to-day life. Every moment we can practice that.
That's wonderful. One said Eckhart Tolle, other said Thich Nhat. So amazing, two masters. Thank you so much for sharing your recent learnings. I love it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Sheetal. So today, when I just wanted to thank Sheetal for she's doing another sessions where she's talking about various masters in each of the sessions. So yesterday and today she was talking about Osho, and when you're giving examples of Osho, I was remembering that she just finished her session and she came here. Thank you, Sheetal, for enlightening about various masters in the tea time sessions. Thank you. Okay, I think we are coming closer to wrap this up. Any more questions before we wrap up, friends? Yeah. So I think it was a wonderful session, Pavan Garu and Harika. Please, thank you very much for joining us onto this platform. We'll definitely pull you in again to have a specific sessions from you in a different program. So thank you for joining us today, and all our to share our thoughts also to Dr. Newton Garu and Lakshmi Garu. we are actually waiting for their visit to the US, but yeah, we are happy to.
Again. Sure.
Thank you, Ma. So you want to announce the next week's program, please?
Next week, Prasanna Medcity is going to host the program, but still to be designed.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So thank you all, friends, for joining us today, and we'll keep going with these sessions, bringing great masters like this, who have shared, who have implemented whatever they've learned into their daily life. That is more important, my dear friends. Just having wisdom, as Pavan Garu explained in the beginning, is not enough, right? We wanted the right intention to use those tools in the right way. So thank you for the great wisdom once again. And with this,